In the previous video, we explored what will happen on Earth and throughout the universe over the next 1,000 million years, but the story doesn't end there, far from it. The dramatic changes continue unfolding across deep time. Around 1,500 million years from now, due to the steadily increasing luminosity of the Sun, the habitable zones in our solar system will be pushed outward. As carbon dioxide levels continue to build up in Mars' atmosphere, the red planet's surface temperatures will rise, making its rocky landscapes feel increasingly similar to what Earth experiences today. From that point onward, our moon will have drifted so far away from Earth that it will no longer be able to stabilize the planet's axial tilt. Without this gravitational anchor, Earth's rotation and seasons will gradually become more and more chaotic and unpredictable. In about 2,300 million years, the Earth's inner core will have grown so large that the liquid outer core will completely solidify and freeze. When that happens, our planet will lose its protective magnetic field entirely, leaving the atmosphere vulnerable to being stripped away by solar winds over time. By 2,800 million years from now, the average global surface temperature of Earth will have skyrocketed to around 147 degrees Celsius, 297 degrees Fahrenheit, even at the poles. The planet will have turned into a scorching, hostile world. At that stage, the very last traces of unicellular life, the tough survivors that had managed to cling on in high-altitude refuges or the deepest ocean trenches, will finally go completely extinct. Around 3,500 million years from now, the oceans will have fully evaporated into space. The resulting thick atmosphere, heavy with water vapor, combined with the sun's ever-growing brightness, will drive surface temperatures up to an extreme 1,130 degrees Celsius, 2,066 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, even some types of rocks will begin to melt and break down. A little later, Neptune's large moon Triton will venture so close to the planet that powerful tidal forces will rip it apart, transforming the debris into a beautiful and dramatic new ring system, much like the iconic rings of Saturn. And in less than 5,000 million years, the Andromeda galaxy and our Milky Way, also known as the Lactea, will have collided and merged into one vast, majestic new galaxy, which astronomers call Milkomeda. Surprisingly, despite this enormous galactic collision, the planets in our solar system are very likely to remain largely unaffected, continuing their orbits in relative peace. Meanwhile, back in our own solar system, our sun will have exhausted the hydrogen fuel in its core and begun its transformation into a red giant. It will reach its maximum swollen size in approximately 7,900 million years, expanding to about 256 times its current diameter. During this dramatic phase, the sun's outer layers will likely engulf Mercury, Venus, and most probably Earth as well, consuming them in its fiery embrace. But not all the news during this era is bleak. As Earth spirals closer to the expanding sun, our moon will likely be torn apart by tidal forces, and its shattered remains will rain down onto the planet's surface as a spectacular planet-wide meteor shower, a final dramatic cosmic display. Additionally, we might be able to observe all of these events from the surface of Saturn's moon Titan. By then, Titan will have warmed up enough to possess the right temperatures and conditions that could, at least temporarily, make it habitable for humans or Earth-like life. However, even this promising new home wouldn't stay comfortable for very long. Eventually, the sun will shed its outer layers and collapse into a white dwarf, a dense stellar remnant with only about half the mass it has today. This white dwarf phase will continue to heat up the entire solar system over time, eventually making every world uninhabitable. Around 100,000 million years from now, the relentless expansion of the universe will have pushed all other galaxies so incredibly far away that they will disappear from our observable universe entirely. We will be left isolated in an ocean of absolute empty darkness. In addition, stars across our own galaxy will begin running out of fuel. In roughly 4 trillion years, even the stars closest to us will have evolved into cold white dwarfs. In about 100 trillion years, star formation will come to a complete halt across the universe because there simply won't be enough hydrogen left to create new stars. The stars that still shine will slowly exhaust their remaining fuel and fade into darkness one by one. Around 120 trillion years from now, virtually all the stars in the universe will have burned out completely. The only objects remaining will be brown dwarfs, white dwarfs, neutron stars, and black holes. Occasionally, rare collisions between brown dwarfs may spark the birth of a few short-lived red dwarfs. In our galaxy, only about 100 stars will still be shining, a tiny, lonely fraction compared to the 100 billion stars that light up the Milky Way today. In 10 trillion years, most of these remaining objects will have been ejected from their parent galaxies through gravitational interactions. The galaxies themselves will become vast, almost empty voids, and in about a quadrillion years, 1,000 trillion years, the few surviving objects left will spiral inward and disappear forever into the supermassive black holes lurking at the centers of galaxies. Little by little, only black holes will remain in the universe, but even these cosmic giants won't last forever. Eventually, they too will slowly evaporate through the process of Hawking radiation until nothing is left. And so, our universe will reach its ultimate fate, the heat death. There will be no free energy left anywhere to drive any process. Nothing will move. Nothing will change. The universe will be cold, dark, and dead forever. Was it worth it?